Marcus Chen wiped sweat from his forehead as he stepped off the transport shuttle. Station Nexus 7 stretched before him like a metal giant floating in space. Lights blinked from 1,000 windows. Ships came and went like insects around a hive. This was his first day as a janitor. He pulled his gray uniform straight and grabbed his cleaning cart. The station manager had been clear. Keep your head down, don't talk to aliens, just clean and stay invisible. Marcus nodded to himself. He needed this job. Earth was expensive. His mother's medical bills were crushing him. 3 months working here would save her life. He pushed his cart down the long corridor. Aliens of every shape and size walked past him. Some had scales, some had fur, some floated without legs. None of them looked at him. Humans were common in the galaxy now. Common meant invisible. The corridor led to the medical wing. Marcus checked his assignment pad. Level 7. Medical Bay 3. Deep cleaning required. As he approached, he heard voices. Angry voices. Impossible! The scans show nothing wrong. Then scan again. The princess is dying. Marcus stopped. His hand gripped the cart handle. Princess? Dying? He shouldn't care. It wasn't his business. But something pulled at his chest. Maybe it was being so far from home. Maybe it was thinking about his own sick mother. He moved closer to the door. Through the window, he saw them. 6 alien doctors surrounded a medical bed. They wore white coats that glowed with strange symbols. Their voices rose and fell like ocean waves. And on the bed sat a child. She was so small. Her skin was pale blue, smooth like glass. She had no hair. Her head caught the light from the medical scanners, but her eyes, Marcus felt his breath catch. Her eyes were huge and completely black and completely empty. She sat perfectly still. Her tiny hands rested on her knees. She stared at nothing. 14 days without food, one doctor said. His voice sounded like metal scraping metal. Her body should be shutting down, but somehow she's still alive. The queen will execute us all if the princess dies, another doctor whispered. This one had 6 arms that twisted nervously. We've tried everything. Earth food, Zentari food, liquid nutrition, vitamin injections. She refuses it all. Marcus watched the little girl. She didn't move, didn't blink, just sat there like a living statue. Something was wrong. Not with her body, with her mind. He'd seen that look before. When he was 8, his neighbor's house caught fire. The little boy who survived sat exactly like that. Still, silent, empty. Trauma. That's what the doctors called it. Marcus's hand moved to the door panel. He shouldn't. He was just a janitor. Nobody. But his feet moved anyway. The door slid open. All 6 doctors turned. Their alien eyes went wide. Who are you? The first doctor demanded. This is a restricted area. I'm the janitor, Marcus said. His voice sounded small. I saw the little girl. Is she okay? Get out. Humans are not permitted near royal family members. But Marcus wasn't looking at the doctors anymore. He was looking at the princess. And she was looking back at him. For the first time in 14 days, her eyes focused. Her head turned. She stared directly at Marcus. Then, slowly, her small blue hand lifted. Her fingers reached toward him. The doctors gasped. She's responding, one whispered. She's actually responding to the human. Marcus took a step forward. His heart hammered in his chest. Hey there, little one, he said softly. It's okay. You're safe. The princess's hand trembled. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. Then the door exploded open. 6 massive figures in black armor rushed in. Their weapons hummed with deadly energy. Behind them swept a woman, a queen, whose presence filled the room like ice water. She was tall. Her skin was deep purple. Her eyes glowed red. A crown of black crystal floated above her head. Queen Zara'th, ruler of the Outer Rim. She looked at Marcus. Her face showed no emotion, but her hand moved to the weapon at her side. You touched my daughter, she said. Her voice was soft, deadly soft. For that, you die. The guards raised their weapons. Marcus couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Behind him, the little princess made a sound, a tiny, broken sound. The queen froze. Everyone froze. Because Princess Zara was crying, the sound froze time itself. Princess Zara's tears fell like liquid diamonds. They rolled down her blue cheeks and hit the medical bed with tiny sounds. Each drop echoed in the silent room. Queen Zara'th stared at her daughter. Her glowing red eyes went wide. Her hand, which had been reaching for her weapon, trembled. "She's crying," the queen whispered. "How is she crying?" The 6 doctors looked confused. One stepped forward. "Your Majesty, we don't understand. Zentari children cannot produce tears. Our species lost that ability 3 million years ago." "I know that," the queen snapped. Her voice cracked like thunder. "So, how is my daughter crying?" Marcus's legs felt like water. 6 guns pointed at his chest, but he forced himself to speak. "Because she's been holding it inside," he said quietly. "For 2 weeks." Every eye turned to him. "Explain," the queen commanded. "Now. Or now." Marcus swallowed hard. His mother's face flashed in his mind. If he died here, she would die too. But the little girl behind him needed him. "Your Majesty," he started, his voice shaking. "I'm nobody, just a human janitor. But I grew up around trauma. I watched my father die when I was 7. I didn't eat for 9 days after." The queen's expression didn't change, but she didn't kill him either. Marcus continued. "The doctors keep checking her body. But her body isn't sick. Her mind is. She's terrified. She doesn't trust anyone here." "Impossible," one doctor said. "We've used the finest child psychologist in the galaxy. They've found nothing wrong." "Maybe they don't understand human psychology," Marcus said. Then he caught himself. "I mean, trauma that humans understand." The queen's eyes narrowed. "You dare suggest that primitive human emotions could explain what advanced Zentari science cannot?" The temperature in the room dropped. Marcus knew he should shut up, should bow, should beg for his life. But something burned in his chest, something that made him stand taller. "3 weeks ago," he said, meeting the queen's glowing eyes, "something happened to your daughter. Something so terrible that she shut down completely. She won't eat, because eating means staying alive. And staying alive means facing whatever horror she saw." Silence. Then Queen Zara'th moved. Fast. Impossibly fast. Her hand grabbed Marcus by the throat. She lifted him off the ground like he weighed nothing. Her face was inches from his. Her breath smelled like ozone and rage. "How do you know about 3 weeks ago?" she hissed. Marcus couldn't breathe. Black spots danced in his vision. But he forced out words. "Lucky. Guess. Liar." Behind them, Princess Zara made another sound. A whimper. The queen's grip loosened slightly. Her head turned toward her daughter. Pain flashed across her face. Real, raw pain that made her look less like a terrifying ruler and more like a desperate mother. She dropped Marcus. He collapsed to the floor, gasping. 3 weeks ago," the queen said softly, "assassins broke into the royal nursery. They came for my daughter, to kill her and end my bloodline." Her voice broke. "She watched me kill them. All 12 of them. She watched her mother become a monster." The doctors backed away. Even the guards shifted uncomfortably. Marcus rubbed his throat. "She didn't see a monster, Your Majesty. She saw death, violence, blood, things no child should see. Now she associates everything here, this place, these people, even you, with that night. Then she is lost," the queen whispered. "Zentari who experience this level of trauma never recover. She will fade away. It is our way." "No," Marcus said, pushing himself to his feet. "It's not her only way. Humans, we survive trauma differently. We cry. We talk. We trust again. Slowly. Let me try. You? A janitor? A human who's been where she is right now." Queen Zara'th studied him. Her red eyes scanned his face like a weapon targeting system. "The Council will never allow it. Humans are considered contamination risks, to royal bloodlines. If you touch her, if you fail, they will demand both your deaths. Marcus felt ice in his stomach. Both? Our law is clear. If treatment fails, the suffering must end. Mercy killing. The queen's jaw tightened. I will not watch my daughter starve slowly. Better a quick death than prolonged agony. That's insane. That is our law. Marcus looked past the queen to little Zara. She stared at him with those huge black eyes. Tears still ran down her face. She lifted one small hand toward him again. He made his choice. I'll do it, Marcus said. Give me 24 hours. If she doesn't eat, you can kill us both. The queen's expression showed nothing. But her hand moved to a device on her wrist. 24 hours, human. Starting now. She turned to leave. Her guards followed. At the door, she stopped. The royal food taster has already checked everything we offer her. It is all safe, all perfectly nutritious. Then why won't she eat it? Marcus asked. Queen Zara'th looked back. Her eyes flickered with something Marcus couldn't read. Perhaps, she said quietly, my daughter is smarter than all of us. The door closed. Marcus stood alone with Princess Zara'th and 6 confused doctors. The clock started ticking. 18 hours had passed. Marcus sat on the floor beside Princess Zara'th's medical bed. His eyes burned from lack of sleep. His throat was raw from talking. Around him lay the wreckage of his failed attempts. 17 different types of food, all untouched. Musical toys that were supposed to calm children, ignored. Holographic stories from across the galaxy. She didn't even look at them. The doctors had left hours ago. They said Marcus was wasting time. The guards stood outside the door, waiting for the 24 hours to end, waiting to execute him and the princess. 6 hours left. Marcus looked at Zara'th. She sat in the same position, still, silent. Her black eyes stared at nothing, but the tears had stopped. That was something. I don't know what else to try, Marcus whispered. His voice cracked. I'm sorry, little one. I really thought I could help you. His hand touched his pocket. Inside was a picture of his mother, smiling, healthy, from before the sickness. He pulled it out and looked at it. That's my mom, he said, showing it to Zara'th. She's sick too. Different than you, but sick. I came here to earn money to save her, but I guess I'm going to die instead. He laughed. It sounded bitter, empty. You know what's funny? When I was your age, I stopped eating too. After my dad died, I watched him have a heart attack right in front of me. Just collapsed. Gone. And I thought if I could just disappear too, maybe the pain would stop. Zara's head moved. Just a fraction. But she was listening. Marcus continued, his voice getting softer. My mom tried everything. Doctors, therapists, special food. Nothing worked. I wanted to fade away, just like you. He looked at the little princess, really looked at her. But then one night, Mom did something different. She stopped trying to fix me. She just sat with me, in my room, in the dark. And she sang. Marcus closed his eyes. The memory washed over him. His mother's voice, soft, sad, beautiful. She sang this old earth lullaby. I don't even know where she learned it. But the words, they said it was okay to be broken, that being scared was okay, that I didn't have to be strong. His voice began to shake, but he kept going. And for the first time since Dad died, I cried, really cried. And Mom held me and said, let it out. Let it all out. I've got you. Silence filled the room. Then Marcus started to sing, quietly, the same lullaby. His voice was rough, unpracticed, but the words came from somewhere deep inside. Hush now, broken heart. The dark won't last forever. Stars still shine above, even through the stormy weather. A sound. Marcus opened his eyes. Princess Zara'th was crying again, but this time, her face wasn't empty. It was twisted in pain. Real, raw emotion broke across her features. She reached for him with both hands. Marcus moved instantly. He climbed onto the medical bed and pulled her into his arms. She was so light, so fragile. Her small body shook with sobs. "That's it," Marcus whispered, rocking her gently. "Let it out. I've got you. You're safe now." She cried like the universe was ending, cried out 2 weeks of horror and fear and loneliness. Her tiny blue hands clutched his gray uniform like he was the only solid thing in existence. Minutes passed, maybe hours. Time didn't matter. Finally, her crying slowed. Her breathing evened out. She looked up at Marcus with those huge black eyes, but they weren't empty anymore. They were alive. She touched his face with one small hand. Then she looked at the food tray beside the bed. The food the doctors had brought. The food approved by the royal food taster. She pointed at it. Marcus's heart jumped. "You want to eat? You're ready?" She nodded. Once. Small. Marcus grabbed the tray. His hands shook with hope. Okay, let's try this." He picked up a small blue cube. It smelled sweet. "Here, just one bite. That's all you need." Zara opened her mouth. The cube touched her lips. She bit down. For 3 seconds, nothing happened. Then her eyes went wide. Her body went rigid. "No," Marcus breathed. "No, no, no." Princess Zara's mouth opened in a silent scream. Blue foam bubbled from her lips. Her small body began to convulse. "Help!" Marcus screamed. "Someone help!" The doors burst open. Guards rushed in. Doctors ran forward. But Marcus saw something that stopped his heart cold. The food tray. The approved, safe, tested food tray. On the bottom, hidden underneath, was a small symbol. A mark. A signature. The royal food taster's personal seal. And Marcus suddenly understood Queen Zyrella's last words. "Perhaps my daughter is smarter than all of us." Zara hadn't been afraid of eating. She'd been afraid of being poisoned. And she'd been right. The princess went limp in Marcus's arms. The medical monitors flatlined. The room erupted in chaos. And Marcus Chen, the human janitor, realized he'd just killed the one person he'd sworn to save. "No!" Marcus's scream cut through the chaos. Doctors rushed forward with alien medical devices. Machines beeped wildly. Red lights flashed everywhere. But Marcus didn't move. He stared at Zara's still face. Her blue skin was turning gray. Her lips were covered in foam. The heart monitor showed a flat line. "Dead." "Step away from the princess," a doctor shouted, pulling at Marcus's arm. Something inside Marcus snapped. "Get off me!" He shoved the doctor back. His hands moved to Zara's chest. "She's not dead. Not yet. Human, she has no heartbeat. There's nothing. Humans don't give up that easy." Marcus tilted Zara's head back, opened her airway. The doctors gasped as he put his mouth over hers and breathed. Once, twice. "What is he doing?" a guard demanded. "Some primitive human ritual." "It's called CPR," Marcus shouted. He placed his hands on Zara's tiny chest, started compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4. That won't work on Zentari biology. Maybe it will. Maybe humans know something you don't. 30 compressions, 2 breaths. 30 compressions, 2 breaths. Marcus's arms burned. Sweat poured down his face. But he didn't stop. Wouldn't stop. "Come on, Zara. Come on. You're a fighter. I know you are. Fight!" Nothing. His vision blurred with tears. "Please, please don't leave. I promised to save you. I promised." One more compression. Zara's body jerked. The heart monitor beeped. Once, twice, then steady rhythm. The room went silent. Zara's eyes fluttered open. She coughed, gasping for air. Blue foam sprayed from her mouth, but she was breathing. Alive. "Impossible," a doctor whispered. "The human method. It actually worked." Marcus pulled Zara close, his whole body shaking. You're okay now." But even as he said it, he knew the truth. She wasn't okay. The poison was still in her system, and whoever put it there was still out there. His eyes went to the food tray. The royal food taster's seal. Everything clicked into place. "The food taster," Marcus said, his voice cold. "Where is he?" The head doctor stepped forward. "Vren? He's in his chambers." "Why?" "Because he's the one who poisoned her." Shocked silence. "That's impossible," the doctor said. "Vren has served the royal family for 20 years. He tastes every meal before it reaches the princess. If the food was poisoned, he would have died first." Marcus stood, still holding Zara. His mind raced. Unless he built up immunity, fed himself tiny doses of poison over months, years, until his body could handle a lethal dose that would kill a child instantly. The guards looked at each other. "That's actually possible," one said slowly. "We need to find him. Now." Marcus looked down at Zara. Her eyes were open but weak. She clutched his uniform. "And I need clean food, human food, from the human quarters. Nothing from the royal kitchens." A guard spoke into his wrist device. "Security, locate Vren immediately. Consider him." The lights went out. Emergency red lights kicked in, bathing everything in blood-colored darkness. An explosion rocked the station. Then another. Screams echoed from the corridors. "We're under attack!" a guard shouted. The medical bay doors exploded inward. Smoke filled the room. Through it came figures in black armor. Not station security. These were assassins. 6 of them, all carrying weapons that hummed with deadly energy. And leading them was Vren. He was tall for a Centauri. His skin was pale green. His eyes were cold as space. In his hand, he held a plasma blade that glowed purple. "I was hoping the poison would finish her quietly," Vren said, his voice calm. "But this works too. Messy, but effective." The doctors and guards backed away. Their weapons were outside the room. They were helpless. Vren smiled. "The queen killed my family in her rise to power. 12 years I've waited. 12 years I've served her. All for this moment. To watch her daughter die. To make her feel what I felt." Marcus stepped back, shielding Zara with his body. His mind raced for options, for weapons, for anything. There was nothing. "You're going to murder a child for revenge?" Marcus said. "That makes you worse than the queen ever was." "I don't expect a primitive human to understand." Vren raised his blade. "Now move aside, or die with her. Your choice." Marcus looked around. 6 assassins. 1 unarmed human janitor. 1 dying princess. Impossible odds. He thought of his mother. Thought of never seeing her again. Thought of dying on a space station millions of miles from Earth. Then he looked down at Zara, at her big black eyes staring up at him with complete trust. She believed he could save her. Maybe that was enough. Marcus set Zara down gently on the medical bed. He turned to face Vren and his assassins. His hands were empty. His body was weak from exhaustion. But his eyes burned with something the aliens didn't understand. Human stubbornness. Human rage. Human love. "You want her?" Marcus said quietly. "You go through me." Vren laughed. "Gladly." The assassins raised their weapons. Marcus tensed, ready to die fighting. Then Princess Zara did something nobody expected. She stood up on the medical bed. Her small body swayed. She was still poisoned, still weak, but she lifted her head high, and she screamed. Not a cry, not a whimper, a war cry, pure, powerful, rage that shook the walls. The lights flickered. Outside, alarms blared, and Vren's smile disappeared. Because Princess Zara had just done what no Centauri child had done in 3 million years. She called for her mother, and Queen Zyrella always answered her daughter's call. Zara's scream echoed through the station like a shockwave. Vren stumbled back, his face twisted in shock. "Impossible! Centauri children can't—" He never finished. Marcus moved. He grabbed the metal food tray and hurled it at the nearest assassin. It hit the alien's helmet with a crack. The assassin fell. Marcus didn't stop. He dove for the fallen assassin's weapon. His fingers closed around it just as plasma bolts tore through the air where he'd been standing. "Kill him!" Vren screamed. Marcus rolled behind a medical console. Energy blasts exploded around him. The smell of burning metal filled the air. He'd never fired an alien weapon before. Didn't know how. But humans were good at figuring things out fast. He found what looked like a trigger. Aimed. Fired. A blue bolt shot out. Missed. Hit the wall. "The human can't even shoot!" An assassin laughed. Moving closer. Marcus smiled. "I wasn't aiming at you." The bolt hit a power conduit. Sparks exploded. The emergency lights died. Total darkness swallowed the room. In the dark, humans had one advantage: evolution. Millions of years of hunting at night, of being prey that learned to survive. Marcus's eyes adjusted faster than the aliens. He moved silently. A janitor knew every corner of every room, every object, every exit. He heard an assassin breathing nearby, heavy, nervous. Marcus grabbed a medical scanner from a nearby table, threw it across the room. It clattered in the darkness. The assassin fired at the sound. His muzzle flash lit up his position. Marcus fired back. The assassin dropped. "He's picking us off," another shouted. "Turn on your night vision." "It's not working. Something's jamming it." Marcus grabbed Zara from the bed. She was light as air. Her small hands clutched his neck. She didn't make a sound. She trusted him completely. "Stay quiet, little warrior," Marcus whispered. "I've got you." More plasma bolts. More chaos. The assassins fired blindly now, hitting each other in the confusion. Vren's voice cut through the darkness. "Enough!" A light flared. Vren held a chemical flare. Its green glow revealed 3 assassins left, all pointing weapons at Marcus. Marcus stood in the center of the room, Zara in his arms. No cover, no escape. "Clever human," Vren hissed. "But it ends now." "You're right," Marcus said. "It does end." He looked down at Zara, smiled. "Close your eyes, princess." She buried her face in his chest. Marcus closed his own eyes, took a deep breath. Then he began to sing. The lullaby. His mother's lullaby. "Hush now, broken heart. The dark won't last forever." "What are you doing?" Vren demanded. Stars still shine above, even through the stormy weather. "Shoot him!" The assassin's fingers tightened on triggers. The wall exploded, not from inside, from outside. Queen Zara'th tore through metal and stone like it was paper. Her eyes blazed red. Her hands glowed with pure energy. Behind her came 50 royal guards. She saw Marcus holding her daughter. She saw Vren and the assassins. She understood everything in 1 second. "You dare!" The queen's voice was death itself. "You dare touch my daughter?" Vren's face went white. "Your Majesty, He never got to explain. Queen Zara'th moved like lightning. Her hand grabbed Vren by the throat. She lifted him off the ground. His feet kicked uselessly. "You poisoned my child," she said softly. "You attacked while she was defenseless. You are coward, traitor, and now you are dead." Her hand tightened. Vren's body went limp. The queen dropped him like trash. She turned to the remaining assassins. They tried to run. They didn't make it 3 steps. The royal guards swarmed them. In seconds, it was over. Silence fell. Queen Zara'th walked toward Marcus. Her face was unreadable. Blood covered her armor. Her eyes still glowed with rage. Marcus held Zara tighter. "I saved her, Your Majesty. She's alive. The 24 hours aren't up yet." The queen stopped in front of him, looked at her daughter. Zara peeked out from Marcus's chest, saw her mother, and smiled. For the first time in 2 weeks, Princess Zara smiled. The queen's breath caught. Her glowing eyes filled with tears, something Marcus didn't think was possible. "You did more than save her life," the queen whispered. "You gave her back her soul." She reached out slowly. Zara hesitated. Then she reached back. Mother and daughter's hands touched. But Zara didn't let go of Marcus. The queen noticed. A strange expression crossed her face. She trusts you more than she trusts me. She'll trust you again, Marcus said gently. She just needs time, and someone to help her through it. You, if you'll let me, your majesty. Queen Zara'th studied him. This human janitor, this nobody from a primitive planet, this man who'd risked everything for a child that wasn't his own. The galaxy believes humans are weak, she said. Soft, emotional, primitive. Maybe we are, Marcus said. No. The Queen's hand touched Marcus's shoulder. You are something far more dangerous than strong. You are kind. You are stubborn. You are brave beyond reason. She looked at her daughter. You taught a princess to trust again. You fought trained assassins with nothing but a food tray and darkness. You brought a mother's daughter back from the edge of death. She stepped back, raised her voice so all the guards could hear. From this moment, Marcus Chen of Earth is named Royal Guardian to Princess Zara'th. He will raise her, protect her, teach her the ways of his people. The guards bowed. Marcus's eyes went wide. Your Majesty, You are the human who did the impossible, she interrupted. The human who taught me that sometimes the greatest strength is a gentle heart. She leaned close, whispered, Thank you for saving her. Thank you for showing me how. Marcus looked down at Zara'th. She was falling asleep in his arms. Safe, warm, alive. You're welcome, he whispered back. As the medical team carefully took Zara'th to clean the remaining poison from her system, as the station returned to order, as the galaxy spun on, one thing became clear. Humanity had no great weapons, no advanced technology, no psychic powers. But humans had something better. They had hearts that refused to break, wills that refused to bend, and love that could save even a dying alien princess. And that made them the most powerful species in the galaxy. The end.